Time is literally indistinguishable from money. For rich people, of course. Give a Discord moderator 40 hours, and he'll end up gaining 40 kilograms. Give a rich person 40 hours, he'll end up gaining $10,000. What the flip is going on here? Well, it's actually quite simple. No, it's not. That was a lie. This stuff is whack. My dude Robert breaks it down real good in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, in a way that even Beetlejuice could understand. Robert, he's not your average American. He has not one but two dads. His first dad had degrees and diplomas, skibdi bopping in and out of school. And his second father was a frickin' high school dropout. Bro is low-key a Sigma. The plot twist is that the second dad left bags of Benjamins for his children, and the first dad left bags and bags of debt. What the actual frick? The rich dad would always say, "I'm rocking them Benjamins, no need to worry," even if he didn't. But the poor dad would always yap about not having enough money. Cool beans. But how does this help me afford a private Shakira concert? Back in the day, my homie Rob had a homie called Mike, and he wanted to stack some Benjamins. So he grittied to Mike's dad and asked how to stack some cash so he could afford a private Shakira concert. Before long, Mike's dad made both Mike and Rob his slaves and made them do his work, Jit bringing back slavery. Rob was working, but he had one problem. It was his salary. Homie was making 10 cents a week. No cap, even a Discord moderator earns more than that. Jit was crazy to be working for so less. Rob went to his master, Mike's dad, and started yapping about how less his salary was, and Mike's dad told him that most NPCs leave their jobs because they aren't getting enough money. That's why they earn less than a Discord mod. But the people who can afford private Shakira concerts look at this like an opportunity to learn. Jit spitting wisdom. Mike's dad told him that the NPCs work very hard for very little money, clinging to the illusion of job security like the average 6-year-old sticks to watching skibdi toilet, 3 weeks of vacation and a skimpy pension. Jit becoming Socrates. He also told him that people's lives are controlled by fear and greed. They don't have money, so they work. They get them Benjamins rolling in, then they want more things, so they work more. This is called the rat race. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. So the rich dad pulled a 1000 IQ play and yeeted off the boy's salary to nada. If they wanted to work, it was only for the knowledge. If they didn't want to work, they could go back to being NPCs. Jit crazy. One day, Rob and his homie Mike were chilling around, and he saw 2 comic books laying on the floor, like a Discord mod's respect. This got them their inspiration to start a lit new library. They spotted a guy taking used comic books and got him to give them the books, but they were not allowed to sell it to anyone. Jit on the way to become a zillionaire. They opened up a lit library in their basement where there was no one trapped by the way. Their classmates paid 10 cents as an entry fee. They paid Mike's sister 1 cent a week to become a librarian there and allowed her to read the books for free. With this, they weren't working for money, they were making money work for them. Getting a job is really just a short-term solution to a long-term problem. That is building your net worth. The more you get paid, the higher your expenses become. This is human nature, driven by fear and desire. If you get stuck in this cycle, you are forced to work for someone else for the rest of your life. Yippity yappity, that was a mouthful. Basically, bro is yapping that if you work by fear or by greed, you will never be able to get that private Shakira concert unless you are working at Microsoft and Google at the same time. Back in the day, there was no Andrew Tate to tell Rob about the scam of school. So Mike's dad became Andrew Tate. No, not literally. Rob got to see that even the biggest nerd of his class didn't know anything about earning money. And he soon got to know that schools make employees, not employers. Instead of teaching you how to manage your assets, they teach you that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. What the frick is an asset? For example, you and your bro have $5,000 each. Your bro goes and spends it on a new PS5 and 100 new games, and you buy many GameStop shares. Now, the games that your homie bought will not put any money in his pocket, but these GameStop shares are going to put money in your pocket in the form of dividends, getting you one step closer to seeing Shakira singing in front of you. So, anything that puts money in your pocket is an asset, and anything that takes money out of your pocket is a liability. The rich acquire assets, the poor acquire liabilities that they think are assets. Jit's so dumb. A person's cash flow shows how he or she manages money. Now let's Mrs. Frizzle this thing. The poor make money that goes into their expenses and their money is gone. The middle class make money that goes into their expenses, then their liabilities, and then their money is gone. The rich people get money. They invest into their assets. They invest for such a long period that with the help of compounding, their assets generate them enough money that they can live off of their assets. So now they have money working for them. Pretty cool, right? One thing that Robert says is that a house is not an asset.
Are you sure about that?
You are just stacking liabilities and taxes, not phantom tax. Moreover, you are losing all of those bussin' opportunities that will help you generate assets. So what the frick is a real asset? An apartment you own in which tenants give you rent. This rent will allow you to pay your mortgage on the property. A business that doesn't need you to work there, etc. When Rob would be working for free, many of his friends would come up to him and ask, "Why in the world do you work for free in such garbage?" Bro didn't give them an answer because he didn't want to break his mewing streak. But bro turned the heat to maximum and ended up cooking them. An average person works for 3 people: the bank, their boss, and the government. When they get more money, they are just making them richer. They themselves are getting the leftovers. So how the freak does one get out of the rat race and become a real G? Assets, just buy assets. Avoid liabilities. Play the game smart. Think of each dollar you are putting in your asset column as an employee you are hiring. Those dollars are going to work together to get you a new Porsche. Sound cool, eh? Unlike your average McDonald's ice cream machine, money will work 24/7 without stopping. Key lesson: don't confuse your profession with your business. The middle class focus on their profession and they spend their lives making someone else rich. The rich focus on building their own businesses. Your profession focuses only on the income section of your personal income statement. Your business revolves solely around the asset column of your balance sheet. Well, that was a lot to handle for me, and it's my time to get my daily dose of Shakira singing, so we'll cover this in the next video. Your bill comes out to 1 subscribe, and I'm just going to flip this around.